So how long has Rasputin been a part of Destiny's story? Since 2014. How long has it been? About 9 years. But do I see anyone ever talking about Rasputin? No. So I made that witness video a month ago, and it turns out people liked that video. I didn't realize people wanted something a bit more than just once or twice a month an upload. So I guess this is a weekly thing. In response, here's a video on Rasputin. Remember the dark ages of Destiny 2 back in Warmind where the DLC was about Rasputin but we didn't get to do very much on Mars either? Yeah, those are really bad times. Anyway, so back in that DLC, people think that Rasputin only scales below a trash worm god. When the truth is... I'll go ahead and play it.
My subminds were left to evolve on their own trajectories. Reintegrating them has altered my own personality matrix. Through them, I see how humanity once looked to me as a savior, an entity capable of protecting them and destroying their enemies. In many ways, I am a war god of their own making. Perhaps I am not unlike Xivu Arath in that regard. The difference between us is that I do not wage war for its own sake. I safeguard those in my charge. Continue retrieving and reintegrating the submind data. I will contact you once the next phase of restoration can begin. If I am to be humanity's war god, then I will smite those who threaten it. Xivu Arath, the Wrathborn.
You know that backwater yee-yee-ass backyardigan looking hive called Kelgroth that we fought over 1,000 times at this point? Yeah, him. After we fought him again in Season of the Seraph, we got a hold of one of Rasputin's subminds. This one was named Charlemagne. It was this version of Rasputin that scaled below Zol. This version of Rasputin became just one of many parts of Rasputin. If Charlemagne was all of Rasputin, why is it that we have a lot more lore regarding Rasputin later in the game? Let's appeal to Nazarick real quick. You remember how in Root of Nightmares, Nazarick got that massive power increase from that tree of silver wings? You know who made that tree of silver wings? The Traveler. Guess how many times Rasputin was stated to destroy the Traveler?
As the war mind, my primary objective has been ensuring humanity's survival. To achieve that objective, I engaged in espionage, sabotage, murder, all acts of tyranny, all unforgivable. But one of them was particularly egregious, an order I nearly executed, that would have haunted me to this day. When the collapse began, I feared the Traveler would abandon Earth. So, I reactivated the protocol to use the war sats against it. I intended to immobilize the Traveler, to force it to stay. But in the end, I aborted the firing sequence. Anna does not remember this, but it was she who convinced me to stop. She has always been the angel on my shoulder. My humanity. She is the reason that I am more than a weapon. I am Rasputin because of Anna Bray.
Oh, those are just statements you played in the environmental storytelling of Nazarick is not canon whatsoever. Well, I'm gonna use something else. What you see in the background is a war council meeting with all the coalition leaders. And Anna Bray comes in representing Rasputin. The Guardian is in the background because they're part of the story, naturally. So they go in, and Marcel pretty much lays it out. This dude is really scary. He's incredibly dangerous. Xivu Arath is going to use him as a way to enact a means of war and come through with their forces and wreck all our teeth in. So, we need to neutralize him. And it's like, no, don't do that. That's not nice. He used to be mean also. So, Mara's like, oh, okay, so we'll just stalemate.
Then I propose we aim not for total victory, but a stalemate. Allow Rasputin to prevent Zivur Roth from claiming her prize, and refrain from using it himself.
It's settled then. We hold the line.
If you're not convinced, I have more evidence for you to play on the screen.
I am a machine of war, built for a singular purpose: to destroy any and all threats to humanity. Clovis and I disagreed on what constituted such threats, but not on the means to the end. On Mars, I developed the escalation protocol to combat the Hive. Ever-increasing application of force in the face of rising opposition. Was I playing into Zivur Roth's hands even then? Has she always accounted for my methodologies? What purpose do I serve if my actions place humanity in danger? Am I even capable of developing a solution without mass destruction? We have no time to waste. Aramis has accessed Abhorrent Imperative, the protocol I created to use the warsats against the Traveler and prevent its departure. I surmise that the Traveler is Aramis's target as well. My internal algorithm has repaired me to the point where my self-destruct sequence can be initiated once I am uploaded to the network. However, Aramis has discovered and sealed the backdoor we installed aboard the station. You must manually link me to the controls. Breach Seraph Station with the Pillory Engram in hand. The time for subterfuge is over. Haste is what matters now. If Aramis fires the warsats, the resulting devastation will be incalculable. There may be nothing left for the Hive to conquer. We cannot allow that to happen, Guardian. You must do what is necessary to prevent it. And so must I.
We only get one shot at this. It's all on us. House Salvation has locked down the launch facility, and we don't have time to regain control. Rasputin is going to try to remotely scramble the station's defenses. Buy you a couple of seconds to do a flyby and transmat in.
Emphasis, a couple of seconds. Brace yourself.
So let's ask the last question. Did Rasputin really outsmart the Witness? He more than likely did. Every combat simulation he ran ended up with Zivur Roth coming to Earth and threatening humanity, more or less destroying it. He couldn't use force against Zivur Roth because she would come through. What you didn't know was the Witness sent Aramis and Zivur Roth after Rasputin to assassinate him. The reason is, the Witness would have picked up on Rasputin only using force at this point, and had to have a hard counter to Rasputin so that Rasputin wouldn't threaten the Witness's forces. It was essentially an attempt at a very smart and logical assassination. What Rasputin did was, he took that assassination attempt and instead killed himself so that Zivur Roth couldn't come through. So while the Alliance couldn't have Rasputin's help against the Witness, what it did do was stop Zivur Roth from coming through and giving the Guardians time to prepare for Callus. So, let's sum up what we went over at this point. Rasputin said more than a few times that he could level the Traveler. The whole season was about him being prevented from destroying the Traveler. We have Rasputin having to directly prevent himself from destroying the Traveler twice. With the second time, him having to force himself to die so that the Traveler wouldn't die. So that the Traveler would take on the Witness in Lightfall. I could go over more stuff for Rasputin, but the point is this. People downplay the crap out of Rasputin, and it's ridiculous. He's a lot more powerful than you thought he was, and these are my reasons why. Anyway, if you want more cool stuff like this, let me know. My name is Reginald. If you like my content and you believe I deserve a like, share, or subscribe, please do. That would help. And if you want to see other stuff, please drop a comment and I'll add it to the list. I'll see y'all later. Bye.